I think I...
Microphone to like the Oculus mic or something that would make sense. They just turn off my microphone everywhere. You can hear my voice, but it's super quiet. I think this has to be Forge because Oculus doesn't do this much. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know. Huh. Is it do I just have to like weirdly type around my microphone? Oh Lord, why are you this color? Can we make you black? There we go. We are most likely not actually buying maraschino. Oh Lord, what did I hit? I hit F, nope, not F11. Oh God, get out of here. And then, okay, coolio. Maybe edible gold, what's that, or like gold luster or some shit, depends on how expensive it is. Cause that makes it like look like real Estus flasky, but if it's like $1 billion, I don't care that much. And we got my Yum Tendo cookbook. I'm thinking I want to make the the fish pumpkin stew from, I think it's from Twilight Princess. Okay, it's Grandma's Elixir Soup. Is Grandma's Elixir... That might be from Wind Waker? I don't remember. It's one of them. It's not the pump... It's... Actually, you know what? Yes. Because in Twilight Princess, the soup is not Grandma's soup. It's like... It's in the snow mountain area. Are the Gorons in the snow in that one? I don't remember. But I'm excited for this because you get to use fish stock, and fish stews are amazing. And yeah, this is pretty basic. We just need a bunch of like just classic stew aromatics. And I was thinking, because like, if you're making soup, you want some like good bread to go with it. But I can't think of any like video game bread. I've been trying to think of it, I guess. I mean, I guess that you could just like do like Stardew Valley or something. It's bread. You eat it. It's good. Oh, 9 on. All that stuff we got. Oh, this has you making fish stock with like shrimp tails, but our Costco sells whole fish, and so we might be making it with some fish heads because spectacle. Do I want to put potatoes in it? Yeah, I could put some potatoes in it. It's a little basic, but it's good filler. And then, yeah, I want some, like... yeah. 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 They want cream and milk. Half and half. It does the job. Yeah, okay. Does anyone make... Is there just normal ass bread? I don't think so. We're gonna make a monster cake from Breath of the Wild because Olvekrig mentioned it, and also I want to. Oh, what are you? Poffins. What are poffins? Why don't you have a page number? What page are you on? $64. Poffins, sweet and savory pocket pastries for pocket monsters. Oh, it's bread you can shove in your pockets. Excellent. Ooh, and we can do like cheese filled, and you like have like your cheese filled bread that you dip in your soup. Okay, yeah, we're making poffins. Yeah. And I don't need to buy anything for that. What a luxury. Now you're hungry? Yes. I ate lunch right before doing this because I knew this would happen to me. So Benji and Babish made monster cake, and oh, I do want to add raspberries. And so he made like, it's like an ube cake, and then he made like jackfruit whip topping on it, like to add like sort of like monster funk. But I also want to add like a monster gut filling, which will just be like either raspberries or strawberries. No, maybe I think strawberries goes with ube a little better. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Oh, okay. Yes. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I wanted to make... I remember I did some research for this already, and like, because you know in Breath of the Wild, everything is cooked with goat butter. Like, goat butter is the only fat available to them. Y'all, goat butter is insanely expensive. Like, as far as I could find, so goat butter is like hard to make. From what I understand, goat milk, like the fat in it is much more, oh gosh. It's like dispersed. Oh my gosh, what's the word? It's like the fat is dispersed through it differently. So like getting the fat out of goat milk to make butter or something like that is hard. It doesn't like to do it. So someone's able to describe that so much better than I can right now. Anyhow, a stick of goat butter is like $50. And it was like, oh, you can get a single stick of goat butter for $25 with $25 of shipping. And I'm like, no, thank you. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You probably want it cold, but like, I can't do that shit, man. But freeze-dried jackfruit is like, it's okay. Really, the only thing is just finding it. Yeah, I think this is what I want. Like, you don't want like a snack or like a candy version. Like, you just want like the fruit freeze-dried. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Add it to cart BB. And then I also wanted to see... Oh, this is very... So, the last cooking stream where I made the Noble Pursuit, just I had like the colors different because if you buy fresh dragon fruit at the store, which is something you can just do now, which is wild to me, but it's white flesh dragon fruit and the drink is yellow and pink. So you want like pink dragon fruit and then you want like yellow melon. And I think like, I mean, obviously it's like video game fruit, but best guess is that because it's like Japanese, it would probably use like yellow watermelon, which you can't really get in the States as far as I know. I might be able to get it at like Ouija Maya or some other like Asian market, but those are far away and I haven't driven to them recently, so that's out of the question for now. So I was thinking about redoing that. Wow, there's a lot of dragon fruit. Yeah. I could also just use cantaloupe. Like, cantaloupe's definitely close enough. This is a lot of powder. You're 11. Organic pitaya? Is pitaya just, what is that? I mean, it looks like a dragon fruit. I guess, yeah, it's just another name for it. Dope. But if we're able to get... yellow... We want watermelon? No, yeah, they're not gonna give it to me. There's like peaches and like normal watermelon, but not yellow watermelon. That's okay. Coolio. And cool. So, okay. Yeah, we'll just go into Beacon Pines. I'm gonna have a graphic made. It's, wish I had it done a little sooner, but that's okay. But yes, next Saturday, the 15th? 15th. All day cooking stream. Gotta have a bunch, do like a little subathon thing. You can make me eat a bunch of gross food, and it's gonna be super fun. And with that, we're gonna turn off display capture. And Beacon Pines. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the first cooking stream, and so I'm excited to do another one. Oh, I guess I could turn off the Spotify Beacon Pines now.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Oh, and then I also Guns got me a like a headset microphone for the cooking stream, so hopefully the audio will be a little better. I'll be a real cooking show host.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair.
Oh, yes. So also, Beacon Pines, can we show up on screen, please? There we go. Okay. So last time on Beacon Pines, the gang found a secret room in their house, and we found out that Gran is up to something. We don't think she's evil, but she knows about things. And then, excuse me, Mr. Tolliver found them in the dark, and Rolo tackled him. And now we are interrogating an adult that I guess we didn't kidnap him, but like apprehended. Yeah, that's what's happening now.
His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run... Oh, okay, we get... Run a classic good cop. Okay. Good cop, chill cop? Or good cop, hard cop? I guess not good cop, bad cop. I want to start with good cop, chill cop, because that's funny to me. Like, one of them is unambiguously good, like the paladin, and the other one is just chill. Just very laissez-faire. Okay.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
Alright, I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times.
Excellent.
Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, all right. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good old scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
This is very amusing. Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes,
To the corner.
barrels of explosives. I could explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation. Could he sound more suspicious?
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
We're gonna immediately die.
Gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time.
Imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
This is very accurate. Like, they're like 12 years old. And just cannot, like, actually. Just, like, keep someone kidnapped. Oh, this is very funny. A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light! Oh, we love a drama queen. Son of a...
To the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there and let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Okay, so now it's hard cop time.
We certainly aren't going to find it. Back to the drawing board. They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
I cannot wait to see the small children's hard cop tactics.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver. I like that he does it. Mr. Tolliver.
The table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
Cato wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
He hoped to conceal his voice. I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm? Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... well, let's just say, I've never needed another way. Oh!
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I only...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth. I love this. Spill the beans! What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. So you're in cahoots with Gran.
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord.
Shook his head, feeling more
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Spark Plug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. They're 12. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any farther. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this source thing, Cato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Oh, nice. We own... okay. What a luxury. This is a dang nice library. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Cato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. Girl, that doesn't matter. Get your coin, girl. Excuse me. What more could a person want? We need a favor. I already told you and Rollo, I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading, but they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8. towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos.
This is the only one. Yeah, this was a Kickstarter game, and it just came out like a couple weeks ago. Came out like I think like September 22nd or something like that.
Gran was the only family he had left.
I hope they can make more. That'd be really fun.
To believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal, and it won't be Borey counting records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself. Damn, Beck.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. That's the best you got. When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. So sassy.
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
Just like Jay Hartford here. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute.
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? Jay Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 20 years ago. That can't be right. Jay Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there are two Jay Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your gran is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living with? Ooh, that's creepy. I would not want to go back home to that. Nope.
The question hung in the air.
All right, gang, I gotta close up for the night. How late is it? Almost 10. Ah, crap. Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house.
Yeah, they're letting him go home by himself? There's a possible... Okay.
Or whoever it was hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Y'all, you need to close the door to your... Oh, no.
Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Just need a little brain food.
Over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Shoveled! Don't! First of all, your gran sells that. Also, I mean, don't, your hand's so sticky now. And like, you're just like oh, okay. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
To read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Like, there is a kitchen upstairs, young man. 12-year-olds. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. We don't push that back? Okay. Can we go to the fridge and eat some real food? No? Okay. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed, play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter.
The jam's poisoned!
He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
I like it. We did technically go to sleep. Check that off the list. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Rest now and let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
She didn't drug you. She was drugging Mr. Nuncreed.
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed? Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
Do-do. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed put me to sleep. Whoa-ho-ho, sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. Excuse me, my goodness. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it was today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Just cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
Bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Kerr pulled a big stack of note cards out from his vest.
Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dadgum thankful for it. Dadgum? Okay. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip, which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever.
Took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
Wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot at Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
The podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost. God, eat a dick. Any company that describes itself as a community sucks. They're horrible. Just the worst.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made through that foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are the horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't gonna ruin this day.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it is with a happy heart that I proclaim
Raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time.
What a dick.
The end. There's that ice again! Wait, maybe we should just quit? No, we got a little, please.
Okay, so now we get to be sly cops.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What's going on here? You're that Modeville girl. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here? Oh! Good one. Good one, Beck.
Caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup from some 12-year-olds. What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. But you understand, we never know who to trust in this town.
Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
So it turns out we're both here to
As if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
On a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You're sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password, but nowhere to put it? It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work on that. I've got this under control. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. The whole time Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is apples! Rollo is onto it. He knows what's important.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D. It's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore. Oh!
Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's nude rug store. The Kren's Nude Rug Store. Where's that at? You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. Oh, the last slice of pie. I'm not afraid to take the last slice of pie. I swear, that man would be late to his own funeral. Oh, wait, sorry. Really quick, y'all. I gotta... Okay. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down before the festival. Oh? What do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about?
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. AZ, welcome! How's it going? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. When you have multiple children, if you name one of them Eris and the other one just like, whatever, Gustav, like, feels a little mean. Feels a little, mean-spirited. Playing favorites with your kids. You're not supposed to do that. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. Dude, I'm doing great, Ozed. Yeah, we're having like a really nice, like, crisp, sunny weekend. Got to hang out with some friends. There's new Commander Magic decks that are released, but they're all Warhammer 40k themed. And so me and my friends played those, and that was really fun. Yeah, and then last night, not last night, but yesterday afternoon, me and some friends watched House on Haunted Hill. It's like the original one from 1959. It's not good, but it's very fun and like very like Halloween-y. You know, it's in a haunted house and there's ghosts and stuff. It's also not very long. I definitely recommend it if you need a new like spoopy Halloween movie. The glow can be seen from our damn backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed? We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you'll always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. It's getting late, children. Fuck off, Eris. You're not my mom. Dude, homegirl just reads and reads and reads. Knowledge. He spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Okay, you're not gonna let me explore freely. Fine.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Okay, so we haven't really interacted with Solomon much yet, but we learned that, like, Solomon was like put under like Eris is required to like be the guardian of Solomon, like if she wanted to like inherit the company or something. Something's weird with Solomon and Eris. We don't know exactly what yet though. Also, why does he have a thing overflowing with black licorice? Like, oh god. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say, we have an arrangement.
Shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
So, oh, like Aerith? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Aerith. But nope, this is Eris. Does anyone here like black licorice? And if you like black licorice, do you like salted black licorice? Licorice is one of those things that I cannot abide by. I will eat basically anything, but I do not like licorice. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Yeah, dude. I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Well, he's right. It's locked. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's Nude Rug Store! I mean, underground secrets. The past. Also, man. Was it Nuncreed's drugstore before he was like part of this organization? Like, that's quite the anagram.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
All right, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Sounds like that did something.
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You know there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Luca, do you remember how cool I said it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? It looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies to this situation. That's the thing about Pa. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest Main Office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. So, have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a nun creed and talks like a nun creed, let's not jump to conclusions. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech. Eeny, meeny, miny. Rolo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide! Okay, there's nothing but weird. You can get in one of the other tubes. Shit. 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 Awesome! You all need to come with me, now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now. I like my skin. This all stops now, Nun Creed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
The strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist, both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. I'm not assistant to the regional manager. I'm assistant regional manager. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yup, total sidekick.
Creed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Oh, no worries, Ozed. Thank you so much for hanging out. Classic sidekick to villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, If a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
His head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Children are so brutally honest. He's like telling you, like, just like spilling his heart out, and she's just like, ugh, get over it. Like, get to the point. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Creed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this, but you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
You really don't know? My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper. Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
Drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. Children, don't tell him this! Honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big... Dude, children! No!
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is if she's messing with. Tell me now! She's in danger, boy! She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would...
Realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. We're totally following him, right?
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny distant echoes of
That's a
roars.
good word you don't get to use very often.
Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was intense. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Gross. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Poor Rolo. Oh man, he's just having his own little thing. He's like, oh, okay, doesn't look like any of my fluid got on them. Oh, good. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. This place sucks. Why would anyone want to blow something up out here? Why do you think he went that way? This looks familiar, yeah. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of the town. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien! Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pines citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Fast in awe, Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over the torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
Now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
At each other, both catching their breath.
Getting real.
The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
And in the still... Okay.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
I like their little avatars don't have the most emotion.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
Is Gran his mother, but she's been like aged? How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
Oh, shit!
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother, only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo. Mom! Ah!
Sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you would have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. No. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
First time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Down at Uncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago. Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped, failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that?
This man is a liar.
Excuse me? I will not. I don't know why I decided that that's her voice now. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. Oh shit, girl. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham, an excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true, and now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry for this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. Oh my god. The insults. They're so good. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. Okay. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party, but alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
He pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine. What?
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No. Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I want you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. It's just his own fucking name. What a douchebag.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
Gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! Does anyone else have something to contribute?
Helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Gus, you're a grown man. Do not call your father daddy. Ugh. I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give, the opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. You've been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me with no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Dawn, I love you. You're so squeaky. William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha. You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
See, Montesquieu. Thespian extraordinaire. Founder, I just wanted to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. So this Bill Kerr was a patsy this whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop the town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. Ah, the young hero. I've kept an eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily, as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong. You can feel it. We can't let Sharp. Let's see.
Okay. So we got another word. Okay, let's stay on this half of the tree. But then try the other one. Okay. So we're back where Gran, we're gonna keep calling her Gran, even though she's our mom. She's about to throw in the fire, and now we cry.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind these people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to...
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
Okay, so... Okay.
Gran only her attempt to shield him, unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no her warm embrace. That is where they remain. And so, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, on the bright side, we just need...
Okay. So then we're going back here. So this is where we interact with Mr. Nuncreed. This was a while ago. Okay, so yes, this is after we run in with the bullies. Yes.
There was a lurking behind those eyes. Like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course, I'm sure it'll all work out soon enough. Okay, so yeah, and this is the timeline where we went to the warehouse with Rollo, and I think Rollo might still be missing at this point. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse. Okay, yep, that's it. We're looking for Rollo still.
Luca twisted free of Nuncrete's grasp.
Of course. Luca. You know, your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Fuck off, weirdo. Oh, let's just talk to people. Why not? Nope, don't get to talk to them. Okay. He looked down and muttered in a gruff voice. Mama always told me my problems would look smaller once I grew up, but my problems always seem to grow right along with me. Heavens, I sense a big trouble ahead. I love her. I want a history museum again. Okay. Because I forget when Sharper died.
Keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pine. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck. A scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his...
Okay, so he died around the same time as the foul harvest. So I'm guessing that he, like... You know, he, like, faked his death or whatever to, like, separate himself from the foul harvest. Okay. Oh, here. I'm gonna BRB. I'm gonna get more water because all the reading in this makes me need a lot of water. Thank you so much for hanging out. Be right back. Live, thank you so much for waiting, everyone. Okay, we got more water. On our way. Okay. Ooh. Hello, Solomon, if that's your real name. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree. This is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
You think these... Okay. You see, and this is why, like, old capitalist boomers just suck. He's like, wow, these decorations are boring. I'm so excited for the fucking sign that's gonna be unveiled. It just says Sharper Valentine. Like, it doesn't say anything interesting. It doesn't even look... These people suck. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modewell. I work here now, and my sweater game is unparalleled. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Whoa. You could get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junkin', sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junkin'? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Bah! Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. Old Pickler's Pond. Ooh, no, pickles. Hey, Jetson. When you see Rollo come, or have you seen Rollo come this way by chance? Afraid not. As elusive as a fish in this here pond. Okay, so this is just a memory of fishing with your father that you can go back to. Oh, yeah, and we got new things to
Luca
fish
tied
with.
a small magnet to the line, fishing with the law of attraction.
Where do you think the lock is for this key? Now, why would we want to find that? Because then we would know the secret. That's no fun. The second we know what it unlocks, it just becomes a boring old key. Right now, this key could unlock anything. Not untrue.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Dude, fresh thyme smells real nice. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse.
Another dream sequence with no visuals. Okay.
This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source, he plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course, I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense?" Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open. Chapter 5. Dangers Big and Small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Stop right there, or I'll... Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. I'm very glad they all get clothes that grow or shrink with them, depending on whatever happens to them. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Luca, quit messing around. It's me. If it really is you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. Where'd they take you? Dunno, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look!
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower, but beggars can't be choosers. Rollo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet, too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. See? Licorice is bad. It's evil. Up to no good. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped. You smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome! Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous.
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hey fellas, what's up? Ooh, I like her sneaky beanie.
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So, you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? He seems old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? I'm sorry, you're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Beck, you said something bizarre happened?
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it?
Beck's eyes narrowed.
So it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. Oh yeah, okay, so in this one, the bullies splashed some of the mysterious goo on her and it like made her hair gray out. I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Girl, no. Just get some hair dye. I see you play it cool and hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh shit. Come over here and let me have a look. Oh honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You're the one who said change is a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck! He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. These people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Oh, sick burn, dude. Beck is getting just so sassy. Here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. Not another...
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. If you decide to rebel by dyeing your
She
hair
flashed
more,
a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. The next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep, so I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modewell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. The festival's tomorrow, so, like, that's only one night, man. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the endgame, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she'll either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest or she won't leave at all. Dun dun dun! Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh. It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand, I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from everything you ever dreamed of. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? You know, I think that's a good thing to get clarification on. Like actually killing someone. Capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. As far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at perennial harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy. So we have an even topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? As I pick hairs off from my body. Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. It seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended. So we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. Oh, the festival's 2 days away. I thought it was tomorrow. Okay. Won't she just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and
Beck
get her.
flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome map for my mom's PH orientation day, but it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this
Rollo
is, right?
started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. Ah!
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat, a modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival...
Okay, they all had their assignments. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me? Cordial is my middle name. And how do you plan
He
to explain
waved
your
vaguely
new
at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? She'll be so happy I'm alive she won't even
Beck
notice.
snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you going to persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Godspeed. This is the thing a lot of games don't do. So, like, NPCs, you can just, like, in most games, you can just always talk to them and they just have some, like, line and it, like, repeats if that's all they have to say. But in this, if they have nothing to say, you just can't interact with them, and I sort of appreciate that. Because it doesn't leave you, like, wondering if you have to, like, just, like, do a bunch of different dialogue options before they, like, you finally get to the right thing. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. I admire the conviction, but can he really pull through? Hey, Jeff. What can I do you for? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I didn't say it was the wrong word. So we're gonna break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were all right.
The joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Junk! Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested.
Luca wasn't ready to give up so easily. He shouted out again.
Shit! Yeah, it's all shit. I still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit?
Jeff's brow perked up.
What What'd you say? Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while you're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gob should cover it. Put it on my tab.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
I love this universe where adults can be bought with candy. Swing by first thing in the morning. Iggy and Tish. Are they the coffee shop people? Nope. Okay. You ever wonder why an agricultural company employs an army of survey takers? The clipboards? They say they're just trying to make us happy. Do they want to make us happy? Or just figure out what makes us happy? An important distinction. Dawn, you're the best. Iggy and Tish. What are these? A fucking roster of these people's names. Oh, is it the bullies? Tish is a bully. Yeah, yes? Yes. Yeah. Hey Tish, look who it is. Luca, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each
Iggy
other.
gave a reluctant shrug.
But lately, life has been kinda strange, you
Iggy
know?
considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we... hide our hostilities, at least for now. We ain't no cowards. Buzz off.
Luca knew they'd need. He tried again. Iggy gave a reluctant.
Yeah.
Iggy considered the point.
Break our hostility. Okay. We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. And after all this is done, you and Tish can come hang out in the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Did you hear that,
Iggy
Tish?
gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the
A single
treehouse.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
Tish! I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. Oh!
Chapter 7.
I just need some love.
Fit to the Hive. A good heist requires preparation. And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We are locked and loaded on my end." And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
Love it.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Oh no, he has a mustache! I love it! Ah! Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Our harvest awaits and
With
such.
a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Package here for the founder. I didn't. Yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing.
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral.
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits. Our harvest awaits. Ready to light this candle, Tish? Suck on this perennial ham fist. Love it. What was
The
that?
distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job
The
to
clipboard
do.
fumbled around in a frenzy.
Just buzz me in already. Be okay. That was close. When in doubt, stick with the classics. Everyone knows what to do? Deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck in case she needs some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. What dicks? The whole place just feels fake, but of all things, a fake plant? Solomon's?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you
A
okay?
veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes. How did you know? They brought me here and locked me up when they were distracted. I ran. Okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Becca are headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet, but they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequences. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly unfortunate. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is such great suspense.
Luca tried the handle. Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like
Luca
that.
smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Damn, these kids, they're breaker. They gotta protect that shit.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How would you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friends, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
If anything, y'all, this is just a good lesson in password security. Don't use... I guess these people are technically using a passphrase instead of a password, but like, you can have it be just more than 2 words. How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the Founder uses such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rollo, I think this should do it. Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca screwed. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster.
He quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. man. No water cups.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're trapped.
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. You, are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Make a break for it! Dude, hell yeah, Roxy! Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there. After them. Okay, Roxy and Fitz have him on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. How long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist's lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars, consistent with Tempest liquamine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell's going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications. Perennial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest liquamine is rebellious. You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, harnessing Tempest liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we can feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't,
Nellie
right?
sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. Wait, the vial! I finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. Luca, we've got Dr. Modeville heading your way now. Roger that, be careful. Alright, everything's on track. And what's your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. I don't drink no girly drinks. I drink whiskey like a man. It says on the bottle that I'm a hard man because I drink whiskey.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smooth. What was that?
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party?
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face.
Let's see what else this bad boy has in it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. Before we start tossing blame around, it is possible someone ordered a pizza. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. I just had pizza last night, and I'm just like, oh, more pizza. Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Can someone watch the door? Everyone else huddle up. Oops! I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modewell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child, the powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial Harvest, Valentine Fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly.
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Yes, now you've got it. Tempest Liquamine, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Modewell. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you need me to finish Dr. Prescott's work, which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the 8th one? Oh, sorry, I my southern. Okay. May I present to you the 8th wonder
Before
of the...
he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Bambi! Hello, Raiders! Ben Casariego. Falky was taken. Hello, Jurgen. Red Capybara. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I'm Nala for Power. we're playing some Beacon Pines right now. You guys came in at a very good part. We are... Oh man, we're about to discover... Well, rediscover some secrets. Yeah, and if anyone in chat isn't already following Vampy, you should make sure to do that. Yes, thank you, Bison Hider. Oh, Jova, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, we're playing some Beacon Pines right now. I don't know how long this game is. I'm sort of hoping to finish it tonight. We'll see. Aw, Jadrix, thank you for the follow. Aw, you guys, thank you. After Beacon Pines, we'll be playing some Nightmare of Decay, and then we'll go on to Cult of the Lamb, which I'm really excited for. So y'all need to keep an eye out for that. Also, this coming Saturday, I'm doing a big, like, all-day cooking stream. We're gonna be making Estus, and we'll be making a bunch of food from Zelda. We'll be making monster cake and Grandma's elixir soup, and it's gonna be really fun. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh, how do I get people caught up on Beacon Pines this quickly? So, Beacon Pines. Town is the town is like really cold. Like winter is getting longer and longer every year, so even though it's summer, it's cold. There is a company, Perennial Harvest, and then there's the old founders of the town, the Valentines. And there is evil hijinks going on regarding fertilizer. And they have discovered a substance that can either age or de-age someone. And they like put it in the fertilizer to like make crops grow more. But now they are using it on people to age or de-age them. Boom. How's it? Bison, we made mistakes. How are you liking House of Ashes? It seems like is there good like Twitch integration for it? Because it seems like it could be a fun like streaming game, but I played it on my own and I wasn't like super blown away with it. Okay, lovely summary. Good, thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh, Jova! Thank you so much for the gift sub! Oh, you're so sweet! Thank you! Aw! Nice. Okay. So actually this is great. So right now on screen, on the left is our friend Rolo, who is giant. Because he's a child, but he was force-fed the growing serum, and the person on the right is the founder who like supposedly died a long time ago, but what he actually did was like he accidentally de-aged himself. Okay, Ben Casariego, thank you so much for the follow, and Jova, thank you so much for the 2 gift subs. Vampy and Jadrix, congrats on the subs. So House of Ashes, there are decisions. That's what I was thinking, is if you could have chat choose the decisions, but a lot of them are timed. Yeah. Because I was thinking if it could be like, because it reminds me of the like the Telltale games. Me and my friends have had some fun playing like Telltale like Batman together. You get a little liquor in the mix, and it can get pretty fun. Okay, so right now, someone has the vial of the liquid that the founder needs to drink to turn back into an adult big scary man. And let's see what happens to it. Like, you have no idea what's in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thing about it. Also, I want everyone to know that the founder drinks a whiskey that says, like, on the bottle, a hard whiskey for a hard man. And that's very funny to me.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a taste.
Luca jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him! Luca, over here! I love these 12-year-olds just ruining these adults' day. It's very fun.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine. Risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed. We're in an office building, man. Why is harm on the table?
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck, but there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
Don't say good girl, especially to children. Ugh. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry,
With
he's right.
apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Ooh, what kind of pizza are you having? And thank you for lurking, Vampy. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick. Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review. Uh-oh. Someone's getting, what's it? Process improvement? PIP? Is that what it's called? You don't want those.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
But first you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. And to think, all of this thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. Okay, it's just regular cheese pizza and some cheesy breadsticks, but I do have garlic. Oh. Garlic butter. Dude, enjoy that, Vampy. That sounds delightful. I love me some leftover pizza. It's the best. Okay, so also anyone else new who hasn't seen Beacon Pines yet, the main character, the white deer boy, that's Luca Van Horn. His father died 6 years ago, and his father was somehow loosely connected to the fertilizer shenanigans, but everything points to him not wanting to work with them for moral reasons. And so this is another new little tidbit. I don't understand. How's all of this because of me? Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, you silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great, but the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. Well, crap. Okay. I'm gonna take just another real quick break. I've had to pee for so long, but then we got our delightful, wonderful raid. I'm just gonna refill my water real quick. I will be right back. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. I'm back. Thank you so much for waiting, everyone. Oh, yeah, the BRB screen. Oh, I can see it being a lava lamp, though. Oh, that'd be cute. But nope. It's a UFO. And the late Miss Kitty getting abducted. Okay. So now we're just sort of hanging out. Okay. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. We just need some time. Rolo, it's over. We lost.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. Nala, I played God of War 2018. Yeah! Oh gosh, we get Ragnarok in November, No, I don't get Ragnarok in November. I played it on the PlayStation. Or not on the PlayStation. The PC. The opposite of the PlayStation. And I think it's only getting a PlayStation release, right? It's not also getting a PC release initially. Hoodie, welcome! Yeah, it is a Sunday stream. And it was just, we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds, all heals. Lol, I like that. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. Love me a false drawer. Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents, Luca, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen key card. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest liquid.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Did she... She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one could have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
How was your weekend, Hoodie? Did I ask that already? I don't remember. But how was your weekend? I hope it was well. But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull. Chapter 8. Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right?
It's Canadian Thanksgiving! Oh, happy Thanksgiving, Bison. Or not Bison, Hoodie. And anyone else who is Canadian in the audience, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm so... was a bit of a chaotic disaster, but we just ate as much as we could and dipped out. Oh, man. I'm glad you were able to dip out. I'm sorry. It was chaotic disaster. I guess that's how big family dinners can go. Assuming it was a family dinner, but yeah. Did you get to take leftovers at least? Leftovers are the best part of Thanksgiving. Ever been at a dinner where everyone just is drunk and yelling? Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, that's so uncomfortable. Ugh. I'm glad you were able to leave that. Ugh.
And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone.
You got leftover turkey and spice cake. Ooh.
Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo.
Now I'm just gonna be thinking about Thanksgiving food. Oh, okay, so our Gran used the explosives on the Perennial Harvest building instead of the source. Oof.
With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door.
Yeah, and then we get Christmas food. Ah. Yeah, wintertime, just so much good food.
Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Oh man, yeah. What does Christmas food look like for y'all? Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas Grant. That's awful nice of you, but I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Grant, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Okay, for Hoodie, Christmas food is ham and volcano potatoes. What's a volcano potato? Is it like the stack? And then like that they do at Benihana? But like they do that with onions though. What are volcano potatoes? Volcano potatoes are already the best potatoes ever, because I mean, what with a name like that? Okay, come on everyone, we've got a party.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
A potato bowl, but the middle is filled with liquid cheese and bacon. Hell yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna think about that now.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
You've gotta stop him!
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a baked potato boat. Okay. Also, okay. You didn't look so like. Who gives a shit? I'm sorry. I mean, okay. It is like young adult type fiction, but like clearly. Mr. Valentine has his like mind and faculties and stuff like in his child body. So like nothing really hinges on him turning back into an adult. Other than like I guess people like respect him more or something. But like you could just keep doing your evil machinations as a child. Like this doesn't really seem that consequential. Just okay.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little... Have your pockets, Beck!
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. Girl, how did you have time to do that? It's a bad... Pa always says, bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. I hope we get to meet Rollo's pa. I want to hear this man. The 57 precepts of Rollo's paw.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
And that's how we killed Sharper Valentine.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit great. If that feels to you like a good note to end on.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so we just...
might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like, pocket change? Your unlucky penny. Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gonna do? No idea. That's the beauty of science.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared.
He's a baby? Yeah, but he's still sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. The baby has such a cute little face! This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we... We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, young Sharper? That would
She
be a great
looked back
help.
down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pine's coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Okay, okay. Mom, I'm ready to go now. Oh, okay, so he learns about his mom. Okay. You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny, I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. But now, I enjoy it. Aw, that's sweet. Making jam is delightful. Jam is delightful. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity, one Rollo, one Luca rule. So we decided to expand. But at least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Ilona's shop going? It's going great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. This morning he was up and finished chores before I even had breakfast. Some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head. But I'm really proud of that little punk. Oh. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Ilona and Nellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Okay, we finished cleaning the sidewalk.
When Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town.
Why would perennial harvest collapse. Oh, okay.
But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint in the new offices. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now, this right here. This is something I could be proud of. Aw.
Luca gently good for skimming.
It's where you can't, like, you can't cancel out of that, which is interesting. Oh my. A little higher. A little lower. I'm telling ya, the angle ain't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yup. I love Tish so much. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Luca, get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, an honest-to-goodness, flip-flopping, swim-swamming fish. I don't think I've ever caught an actual fish here. But at least 7 years since I've caught one. I'd say it's a good omen. What do you do with the fish? Oh, I released it back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow. Aw. Gotta be cool. Yeah. How's napping this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view, and the view's getting greener every day. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. There's a joke. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon or Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I, so we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modwell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, this child is unmolded clay. I don't understand why she, like, wouldn't want to keep, like, the fertilizer biz going, but that's okay. The whole town is ready to help however it can. I can't wait to reach him, to teach him to throw
Eris
baseball.
did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The
Closing
end.
her eyes,
Aw.
Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Real good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Oh, I love her. Wow, back for seconds? If it's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Wow, I'm glad this person came around on ice cream. Imagine not like, oh my goodness. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say it builds calluses. Oh girl, can't have that. Get yourself a pumice stone. Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple?
He playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks. No thank? Okay. Just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam? Already? It's funny. I used to hide this stuff in the back, terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. I hope it's like fortune cookies, but instead it's fortune jam, and they like put notes in it, and then people pull out their like sticky, gross note from their jam, but they like it. Luca, do you want a biscotti? On the house. I don't really have time. Zariel, you gotta come see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Aw, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud of something. You are now officially a person that cares. Also, you can't offer someone a biscotti without also offering them coffee. Biscotti is made good by being dipped in the coffee. What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. I'm glad he swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to a reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Dawn. You're so cute. You deserve the world. Of course you did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of writes itself if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big reporter. Did they learn all that information in this storyline? I feel like they didn't. That's okay. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me, would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Get it, girl. Yes.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends. Start putting a dinner order real quick. We're getting grocery store Chinese food. Yeah. You're on vacation for the first time in years, and I've got you and your mom to thank. Why is that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone, just like old times. Oh, neat. Well, we got summer job. Right? The soundtrack for this game is outstanding. It's on Spotify. Definitely favor that album. It is very good. Oh my, I'm very interested in these tiny baby rabbits. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time.
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come one, come all. No one is too big, no one is too small for Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for your ride of your life. Dude, you can... This man, an anti-capitalist icon. After all that, he still doesn't want money. He just pay him in candy. Guess what? Yesterday I saw Dynasties Titius. And that's good? It's great. I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the county. They did not need to go this hard with the base, but they did. But they did.
The Valentine Mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning, I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. It sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. My mom prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of Beacon Pines, and thrives as things warm up. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. No. It looks like there's two different paths. Yeah, because when they relocated the town, they uprooted Dad's tree. So where your dad is buried no longer has his favorite tree. So now we're gonna go plant a new one, and that's very sweet. Now it's a good-looking tree. Be a special occasion and whatnot. The ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree.
Waiting for. Honestly, but then you...
Okay, honestly, narrator
I don't
lady,
know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ended. It's just...
Good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Shucks, I only did what my super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah. Okay, it's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everything? Ask me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always said the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello. Aw, we're a trio now. Ah! There's just one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. I found the perfect way to start our summer. Oh. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you afraid you're ever going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more, because his two favorite people planted it. Mr. Modewell says that over the next few years, this place should warm up. Did they do something to the source in this timeline? I don't think they did. Okay. So you won't be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. Okay, you had to go, but that doesn't mean you loved us any less. Okay, good. I thought it was gonna be I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. Okay. Beacon Pines! What a great little story. I do. Okay, so I guess, like, from our perspective, like, the way the story unfolds for the player is really, really good. They had a lot of really great, like, just a really great pacing. Yeah, really good pacing, really good endings. I really like that whenever you, like, went back and, like, did a different choice, they didn't make you sit through, like a whole bunch of, like, cutscene. I feel like Radiant Historia did that a lot, and then, like, also, like, Nier Automata did that a lot. But, like, for the character, like, for Luca, there wasn't one storyline where they, like, learned everything. So, like, I guess the true story path for them, they don't learn a lot of this stuff. That, like, they don't learn about the source. Also, what they do the source. That's fine. I guess they learned it, like, off screen. I don't know. But yeah, what a great little game. Ooh, and I should be on here eventually. I think I use Nala for power. Maybe I use my real name. Am I able to slow it down at all? Nope, okay. Yeah, this was lovely. Now I get to start a very, very different type of game. I'm gonna do a Nightmare of Decay next because I think it's gonna be a fairly short game. Like, should be able to finish it next week. And then, so then after Nightmare of Decay, I guess we'll see where Nightmare of Decay gets. Markiplier played Nightmare of Decay? Neat. It seems like it's a tiny indie game. I'm sort of surprised he's heard of it. That's great. And Hopefully after that we'll have time in October to play Cult of the Lamb. Ooh. Okay, it went too fast. I didn't see if Null of Power was on there. It's up there somewhere. And then after that would be Cult of the Lamb. I am going to be on vacation from October 21st through 30th. So that is like the, you know, the last week or so of October. But yeah, we're going to a friend's wedding and then going to spend Halloween with another set of friends. So that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, that's your week off? Oh, that's great. Oh shit, there's epilogue. Ah! Wow, nice kick. Sharper, did you find it? I found... Uh-oh. What are you thinking about, Sharper? Hmm? Okay. Okay. Let's see what this other ending is.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
I mean, what's a more painful death or like cruel death than just getting turned into ash? Okay, Hoodie's gonna be our beat. Okay. Oh, we put the big strong man whiskey. Sorry, the hard man whiskey. He's a hard man. Okay, so he had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. Is that a phrase we still use if we're all anthropomorphic animals? What's the implication of that? That's fine. That's fine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Okay, so we just exploded him into confetti. Now that's what I call 80 poof whiskey. Got him. Achievement unlocked. Pop goes the weasel.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was perhaps a bit... I'm only writing the damn...
Okay. I want to see if there's any more achievements for this. Oh. Okay. I've unlocked 5 out of 10 achievements. Okay. I have not caught all of the fish. Find a way to kick a melon. Born in a barn. Interesting. Play that funky music. Watermelon bongo. Oh, and I guess poke around the library a little more. I wonder what born in the barn is. Born in a barn. Huh. Well, now I'm curious. Okay. When you go into the kitchen, you can either leave the tap running or leave the fridge door open. Oh, I'm glad I did not get that achievement. I could not do that. I would not want to do that. That's funny, though. I like that. I am curious what fish I didn't get. Okay, so I had 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so there was a couple I was missing just from like other little things, though. Interesting. Okay, well, I think that's a good place to call stream. Wait. No, I had a stream at there we go. I'm like, where's I was looking for my stream ended scene. Okay, so do that. And that does it. Yeah! Okay. Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. Oh, I like that Streamlabs puts itself in the moderators. I guess it's not untrue. But yeah, everyone who followed, thank you. And people who gifted and resubbed, thank you. Vampy, thank you for the raid. And yeah, so I will be streaming some more tomorrow is when we'll start Nightmare of Decay, so be sure to tune in for that. And there should be some music playing. Where's my Spotify? There we go. Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, this is a good amount of stream. My voice is definitely a little shot. I'm glad this didn't end up being like a 6 or 7 hour affair. I think I would have died. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone. Bye.